Okay, guys, I am going to give you really quick a little crash course into your swipe site, how to grab the links and things that you need, like how it's going to work, where to send people, all of the things. Okay, so what you're going to want to do when you are in your swipe site here. So, first of all, you can see that this is Melanie's swipe site. So, she connected a domain. This is not one that she had before. And so, the easiest, best place to do that is just to go and do that right inside of Wix, so that you don't have to worry about purchasing a domain on GoDaddy, swapping it over to Wix. Like, we're not even going to mess with any of that. This is also another reason why you want to have ID Shield, because as soon as you're going in here and doing anything online with purchasing a domain, your information is out there, etc. You do not want this information to get out there. That's how you get a million spam calls and things like that. So that is really why ID Shield is going to be very, very, very important for you to have. If you have not activated that yet, go ahead and do that. The next thing is when we are opening up our swipe site. Okay, so the first thing is when you go into all the sites, you're going to go to Wix.com. I got to change my card over. When you go into Wix.com, you're going to go ahead and when you click on edit site, whatever your personal swipe site is, that's going to bring you up to this page right here. You need the site editor in order to grab these links, and I'm going to show you how to get them. So the second place you're going to go to is on the left-hand side. When you click on this little page right here, it's going to bring up the site menu. And then what you're going to do is you're going to see that this is kind of the hierarchy of pages. Now, think of this like, you're standing in front of a hotel and there's a ton of different doors that people can walk through. And now what's in the room is going to be the information for whatever it is that they're looking for, right? Or maybe you're on like a street and this is what I want you to picture. I want you to picture that you're on a street. Now, when you're standing on the street, there's a ton of different buildings. Like maybe one of them is for tacos, one of them is for smoothie bowls, one of them is whatever, right? And so there's a bunch of different doors and businesses. That's how you get into the business and get to whatever place it is that you want to go to, whether you want to eat at Panda Express or what have you, okay? Bear with me here. I promise this is going to click in your brain. Now, in order to get there, you have to see the signage and know where to go. And so that's really what this part of your website is like. So you have to be able to grab the information to the doorway that people are going to walk through. And in order to do that, we're going to open up the site menu, click on the three dots, and that's going to tell us the SEO basics. What I'm looking for here is I am looking for the URL to this specific page. Okay, and so that's going to take me there. So it's going to say, okay, so it's telling me right now, this is the main URL. So this is the homepage. So when somebody goes to freedomwithmelanie.com, it's going to take them to the main opt-in page. Now, if I want to grab the page for, let's say that somebody has already kind of been pre-vetted and they're just straight ready to get on the list, this is where I'm going to go to SEO basics. And as you can see right here, this is where I typed in list. This is where you want to make sure it says list and not something weird like copy of copy of copy, because this is where you're going to be able to customize that link so you can direct them exactly to your list page. So this right here is going to get them to freedomwithmelanie.com/list. This is the page that someone is going to go to when they are getting on hey, you want to just straight go to the list? Awesome. That's the page that you'll send them to. Now, if somebody wants to go straight to enrolling, this is where you can see, again, we're going to click on the three dots. We're going to go to SEO basics, and then it says enroll. So when and if somebody is just straight ready to enroll, you can see now that this is the link that's where it's going to send them. Now, you're going to want to save these links in your notes or somewhere, because you don't want to have to keep popping back in every single time. And you're also not just sending people to the main page of your site, which is freedomwithmelanie.com, because there's a flow and a sequence that people are walking through. Okay. So that's why when you have your swipe site, it's important to set your domain first, because otherwise it's going to be like blah, blah, blah.wixsite.com/ whatever weird address that is. And that's not the right thing. So set your domain first, make sure that your links look correct. And then these are the links that you're going to save in a notes app or a board, or even this is what I use Trello for, okay? So this is gonna make your life a little bit easier if you have a Trello board. This is what I use. You don't have to use that. Use whatever works for you. But this is where you would be able to set up like, okay, these are my business links. These are my leads. You want to have some kind of like a command center where you know where everything's at. So every time you're not scrambling to find it. So this is where I would recommend Trello, and you can go ahead and grab the Trello link. I do have a referral link. I can give you the pro. I've worked it out to be able to give my clients and my team members a pro membership. I think it's like you get a certain amount of a trial for free. But anyway, so that's really what I work off of. Okay. My project management, everything, because I'm very visual, lives in Trello. Okay. I'm not going to dive into how I do that here, but basically what I would do, let me just show you here how this looks. So I have different projects in here. So as you can see, access links. This is where you would create a section on here and call it swipe site links. And then you're going to go in and you're going to grab your personal links. Okay. So you're going to grab, okay, my BizUp link. I'm going to grab this link. I'm going to grab the enrollment page, the list page, and the opt-in page. Okay. Those are the pages you want to grab. Now, the other pages you might want to have, if you're using them, are if there's a page where someone just wants information on the membership. Uh-oh, what's going on here? That's not looking good. If somebody, oh no, if somebody just wants info on, oh boy, if someone wants info on just the membership, then that's the page that you're going to send them to. If they want information on the free cash apps, discover the easiest, fastest way to put cash in your pocket, that's going to be on this page right here. Okay, so that's where you're going to go in and say, okay, this is where I'm going to grab the link. Again, SEO basics, free dash cash. So if I click on go to URL, that's going to bring up this page. I can copy that link, and I'm going to refresh that one just a sec. So we're going to go ahead and copy this link, Command C if you're on a MacBook. If you're not on a MacBook, what are you doing with your life? And then we're going to go in here and we're going to say free cash link. Okay. Now, the really cool thing about this is that when I do this, I can go in here and I'm going to say, okay, and you're going to like memorize these. All right, save. Now, the next thing that you can do, I recommend opening up a beacons. Now we're really getting into it here, but I'm kind of giving you a very deep dive on this, and you can pause this. Okay, you can pause if it feels like a lot, just chill, it's gonna be fine. If you make a link in bio, this is also where you can grab some of these links and put them straight into there. So legal services for $1 a day on my swipe site, guess what this links to? This links to that page, all right? So that this is where you're gonna go in. Now I can say like, okay, grab your free cash up to $125 and $175 per referral. Now, if this were Melanie's page, this is where she would go in and put add a block, and she would click add a link, and she would click add a classic link. And then she's going to go ahead and add that link that we just pasted. Okay, so she would put this in here, and I'm going to add it just for a second so you can see it. So we're going to go ahead and add it, and we're going to rename it, and we're going to call it grab your free, and we're just going to do a cash emoji because they're probably not going to, okay, and we're going to say up to $125 and $175 per referral. All right, awesome. And then we're going to click on layouts, and always make sure that you do a link outline, because see how this looks kind of like floating in space right now? Just do the link outline like that. If you do a link shadow, it's not going to show up on black, but that's how that looks. Okay. So if you need the link to Beacons, I will put it underneath. You can go ahead and use my link. They give you some free stuff if you use my link, my referral link. Otherwise, it's in the tech vault. I give you guys, as my team members, you get access to the tech vault that I have created and my team put together. It took us 6 months to put this together. It used to only be for my private clients. It's now available like for free. I can give it to my team. So go into the Tech Vault if you don't have beacons yet and use that. If you need your swipe site, go ahead and let me know down below. I can literally put it into your account and you can start customizing that. It's very simple. All you have to do is pretty much just customize the first page, okay? But that's how you go in and set it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one because I don't need that in my link in bio. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one. But that's really easy. It's simple. That's how you do it. And then you have your link in bio. So that's really where people can come in and start like, okay, they can start navigating through different things. Now, I'm probably going to make my team a little bit bigger of a thing on here, but that's really where you want to be able to put that, okay, is up in there. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, there's a little crash course tutorial on grabbing your links for your swipe site and where to put them inside of your link in bio.